Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. We have got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Treyarch coming in clutch with a new update, new zombies Easter eggs found in the Nuketown 84 map, and the very first look about DLC perks coming to this game very soon. So without further ado, let's kick things right off with our first story of the day. Treyarch released a new multiplayer map to the game today, the ever famous Nuketown, but along with it comes a significant new update for zombies. The first two fixes involve the Dark Aether, the second of which where Treyarch says they addressed an issue that allows players to leave the gameplay space, leave the map, when teleporting back from the Dark Aether. That is actually something that has happened in one of my games to a buddy of mine. We're going for an Easter egg run. He gets teleported inside of a zombie spawn with no way to get out when coming back from the Dark Aether. Treyarch says they have fixed this, but they've also made some changes to the main Easter egg on the map, where they said this. They've addressed an issue that could cause a main quest item from timing out, causing a progression break. I've seen a whole bunch of people reporting that if you don't pick up Easter egg quest items right away, they will despawn from the map very quickly, making sure you can't actually complete the Easter egg. Treyarch is now saying that that issue is fixed, that those items will remain on the map for you to pick up throughout the entire game. And next up, this is pretty interesting. Treyarch says they've addressed an issue that sometimes caused an incorrect Pack-a-Punch camo to appear in weapons obtained from trials. So I've never actually had this happen to me, but I wonder what camos it was giving to people before this fix. Now, in addition to these changes that they talked about in their patch notes, Treyarch might have actually done something that a lot of the community was complaining about and asking for them to do since the launch of this game, and that is increase the weapon XP gain rates here in Zombies to make it more comparable to how quickly you level up between Zombies and multiplayer. Now, Treyarch did begin their double XP and double weapon XP event live in the game today, running through until November 30th, so that's quite a significant amount of time for double XP, double weapon XP. So obviously XP progression in that time will be increased, but I've seen a lot of Zombies players getting into games and reporting that the increase of XP seems to be more than 2 times compared to what we had before this patch, meaning there is a real possibility that Treyarch has modified the base XP rates here in Zombies, which is awesome. You can level up your weapons super quick during this event in Zombies right now, as evidenced by this tweet by NoJ456, where he said, "I just leveled up my M1911, one of the best weapons in the game by the way, from level 6 to max level in one single round of 30 round Zombies." That is absolutely insane, and I gotta say, bravo to Treyarch for listening to the community. Now keep working on getting split screen fixed and leaderboards working in Zombies. Of course, the main addition to the game today was in the form of adding the Nuketown 84 map into the game. While it is ostensibly a multiplayer map, those lines of course have recently begun to blur, at least on the PlayStation, with the addition of the Onslaught mode, where Onslaught is available to play on Nuketown 84, and there is a unique weapon blueprint that you can earn if you actually play in a public playlist for Onslaught on that map, which is pretty cool, I guess. It gives you actual rewards for playing publics in this game. But beyond that, players are noticing some very interesting Easter eggs on the map itself. Now, there's a bunch of general Easter eggs which you might have heard about and might want to find for yourself, but there's one specific seemingly Zombies related Easter egg. It's on this yellow nuke house, and it appears to show a character which a lot of people are speculating to be Marlton from the Victis crew, running away from something or someone chasing him, and also right beside it is a tank that seems to be firing off something, but it's not firing off a regular tank round. If you take a look at what's shooting away from the tank's barrel, it looks very similar to the actual Easter egg step from D Machina, where the gold ball needed to fix the decontamination machine that fires from the tank turret. This looks a lot like that, so it seems like it's 2 Zombies Easter eggs packed really closely together here on Nuketown 84. And of course, with all of the speculation around the Victis crew possibly returning in some way, shape, or form here in Cold War Zombies later in the DLC season, it's pretty interesting to see Marlton, or at least someone that looks extremely like him, make an appearance before that point. Also, an important note about this, about the golden ball firing from the tank Easter egg. For whatever reason, that Easter egg is seemingly only visible on both next-gen consoles and on the PC. While recording footage, I couldn't get it to show up on Nuketown 84 on my version on the PlayStation 4 Pro, so definitely let me know if you also can't see it on your last-gen consoles, which is just a really weird change to make for some reason. Next up, and this is really exciting because this is the first time we have an actual kind of genuine indication of new content that we're going to be getting here in Cold War Zombies. Everything before this has just been kind of base speculation, going off from information from leaks that were released long before the launch of the game, and not really evidenced by any files in the game that we have right now. That has since changed, because today it's become apparent that located in the files of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is evidence of 4 new perks that are going to be coming to Cold War Zombies very soon. Now, before I tell you what they are, let's go over why we know this. So within the game files of Cold War Zombies, there exist the themes, the perk jingles for 4 perks that currently aren't in the game right now. And while we can say, yeah, well, that just might be leftover content from Black Ops 4, because, you know, there's a whole bunch of leftover content from Black Ops 4 in this game. Here's the thing. There's been perk jingles found that firstly aren't in Black Ops 4, and secondly, and this is the real kicker, there's versions of those jingles that contain their Dark Aether variant. If you weren't aware, the perk jingles change when you're in Dark Aether, and there's evidence of those changed Dark Aether versions of those perk jingles found in the game, which is kind of a dead giveaway that yes, these perks will be coming to Cold War Zombies, and that we will probably be seeing the Dark Aether mode return in future maps here in Cold War Zombies. It is believed that Treyarch will be able to add these new perks onto the map, not by actually adding their own perk machines, but rather by using the Wonder Fizz system. That lets you choose from any perk on the map, so they add the new perk into the game, throw it into the Wonder Fizz with its effects, and that's how you can get new perks on old maps here in Cold War Zombies. But let's get down to the brass tacks. What actual perks are coming? I think you guys are going to be really happy about this. The very first perk is that of Mule Kick. I've seen a lot of comments from people that's saying, man, I didn't realize how much I would miss Mule Kick until it was gone. Well, it seems like it's coming back. The ability to have 3 simultaneous primary weapons has already been demonstrated to be in this game right now. Mule Kick will obviously make that effect permanent. And of course, this being Cold War Zombies, each of these new perks will be able to be upgraded using Ethereum crystals, making them perhaps even better and more useful than their original versions. Next up, the classic Double Tap is set to make a return here in Cold War Zombies. There is no indication as to its effects, if it's going to have the same effects as Double Tap 2.0 from prior Zombies games that basically make it one of the best perks in the game, or if they're going to change it up, or if maybe you'll reach that point after you upgrade the perk a bunch. But yes, it seems that Double Tap will be returning here in Cold War. Next up, another fan favorite that I think people are going to really like, because PhD is coming back to Cold War Zombies, while the perk as we know it in previous iterations now simply grants explosive invulnerability, so you can use weapons like launchers and even the ray gun at close range without worrying about doing damage to yourself. Kind of imagine a world where PhD is no longer PhD Flopper from Black Ops 1, obviously because dolphin diving is removed from this game. I wonder if Treyarch will substitute that effect somehow, maybe with sliding, maybe with when jumping from a height, that same effect happens, but of course we'll have to wait and see when they decide to implement it into the game. And the last perk, and this is basically out of left field, that it's like, what? I did not see that making a return, and that is the perk Tombstone. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that name out loud. I didn't mean Tombstone. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Sorry guys, that happens every time. I don't know why. Don't say that name. Which, if you weren't aware, it's basically a fail-safe perk, where if you go down, or if you die out and you come back, you're able to go to the place where you went down to retrieve your rare weapons and perks. Now in this game, the reason this could be actually very, very effective is because when you go down and when you actually totally die out in a multiplayer game and you come back the next round, you will start with your regular unpapped loadout, as well as very little or no salvage and no armor. Meaning if you go down in a pretty high round, you're gonna have trouble both taking down zombies and staying alive without armor here in Cold War Zombies, with armor being extremely important as to dictating your survivability, especially in higher rounds in Cold War. The possible addition of Tombstone may kind of seem out of left field. I guess it starts to make more sense when you consider the way Cold War Zombies handles going down and respawning as a whole. So some very exciting things to look forward to here in Cold War Zombies, and you can stay up to date with all the latest Zombies news as it happens by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a thumbs up, because that wraps up today's video, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. The support this recently has been absolutely unreal, and I have only you to thank for that. So I want to thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.